everybody, welcome back to the channel, the Model Building Corner. I'm Joe. Well, made it through the storm okay. Apparently it did hit a little further south than they expected, so really, I mean, I didn't have much. There was some gusty wind, but there was never any sustained winds. I never lost power, so I'm one of the lucky ones. Hopefully all you other guys out there living in Florida made it through okay and everybody's safe. I did see Mike's video from Scale Outlaw, and he made it through okay. He doesn't have power, but he made it through okay, so that's good. So I went ahead and I decided I'm gonna tape it up. So I taped up the Superbird so I can spray the vinyl top. I thought the vinyl came down the A-pillar, but it's actually that entire A-pillar is chrome on the box art and on the real car. I looked it up, so I'll take care of that. I left this blue tape on there really loose. I got the Tamiya tape underneath it. I was doing some detail painting over the storm. So there's some molded in brake lines there, so I went ahead and I hit those. I tried my hand at heating making the exhaust look like it was went through some heat cycles. Didn't do very good for my first try, but you live and you learn. I was telling Terry Sanders, I was like, man, I don't know if I want to wire this engine or just go ahead and build this box stock. I was telling Don also, and Terry says, that's dedication billed to Frank, right? An appreciation bid. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, what would Frank do? I'm like, you son of a. So I have to wire this. I'm not going to use the stock distributor because it really is junk. It looks so bad. It almost looks like it's rounded instead of having an actual cap on it. So I do have a pre-wired distributor that I'll go ahead and use. So we'll get that handled sometime during the course of the day. But in the meantime, I'm going to mix up some semi-gloss black and hit the roof. Hit the roof. So, alright. Stay tuned. I also did a little bit of detail on the dash. Be right back. Alright, so I'll let this dry a little bit longer before I pull the tape off and see if I don't have any overspray on anything. So I think it was worth the time and effort to tape it up and airbrush it. So we'll see what it looks like when it dries. Alright, so didn't come out too bad. The wing came off. Luckily it didn't break, it just came off. But looks like I'm going to have to do some wet sanding because I got a little bit overspray there and I got a little bit right there. So I've never wet sanded paint or clear before. I didn't want to, but now I have to. So once I'm done wet sanding it, I have to polish it, right? Because I don't have, I guess I'm gonna have to pick up polish. So anyway, so that's looking good for now. Alright, so I wet sanded those two areas out. So it's definitely gonna need to be polished, or I can always hit it with some more clear coat, right? But I don't know, we'll see. So on the chassis, I did they look black, but they're actually a dark iron. And I did my motor mounts in the same dark iron with some black pads on there. I've got this ignition pre-wired distributor, so I guess I'm gonna put some parts on the engine so I can line those wires up correctly and go from there. Well, I got a rolling chassis. It's looking pretty good. Basically why is because Oops, sorry. I hate doing this stuff one-handed. I wanted to make sure that when I want to put my exhaust headers on, or exhaust manifolds on, so that I can make sure that I have the holes for the spark plugs in the correct place. And I didn't want to just throw them on half hazardly. So I put I was gonna set the rear end in so I could make sure that the exhaust lines up with the exhaust pipes. And I was like, well, there's nothing to this rear end. There's nothing that goes on after this. They want you to put the wheels on before you put it in. I did have to drill out the holes and make them bigger. So, I got to touch up the U-joints because I never painted the U-joints. So I got to paint the front and rear U-joints. So then I was like, well, I might as well put the front in too, because there's no springs, no shocks. It's just a built-in upper control arm that I'm going to have to touch up that ball joint. I'm going to touch up that whole control arm on both sides. Huh. So, yeah. It's basically not much to it, but, I got to paint the tips of those also. The torsion bars. They're supposed to look like they came through that frame rail. So I'm about to put the exhaust manifolds on so that I can drill my holes for my spark plugs with my distributor. And I double checked my reference photos. I have to take the distributor and mount it on an angle. So that hole is straight up and down. So I got to try to drill it on an angle because that distributor sits at about 11 o'clock. So, all right. Okay, it's getting late, so I am not going to drill the holes and wire this till tomorrow. But the exhaust is going to line up perfectly. I don't know if you can see it down there. Once it's attached, you can see that piece. You can see that right there. It's going to line up perfectly on that side. Part of my delay today was putting this side on. I forgot about the starter, so I had to paint the starter. I had to put the valve covers on to make sure that I was putting those exhaust manifolds in the proper place. So I didn't put them too low or too high. Let's see. I got to paint my oil filter. I got to repaint the transmission because that needs a second coat. I forgot to dechrome. I should have dechromed all of this, the valve covers and the carburetors. But the distributor's in. And I went ahead and detailed this up a little bit more. Damn, I gotta go. When you're looking through the camera, you can see everything. So I gotta hit that engine mount again. But I got the, and I gotta do the upper control on, but I got my ball joints detailed. The little sleeves in between there. That's all detailed. My underside, I got my lowers, the rubber boots, and I think that's about it. I got to go over that and hit the backside with some black for a bushing. So I tried to do the exhaust. I didn't do very good at it as far as trying to make it look heat cycled, but I don't have any clear blue. I tried to mix some clear blue, regular blue with clear, and it didn't work out too well. So, all right, well, that's going to do it for another fun-filled episode of Model Building Corner. I appreciate everybody for watching, tuning in, liking, subscribing. The comments are awesome over the storm. You guys are all amazing, so I appreciate that. So, yep, that's about it. When hopefully I'm working tomorrow. I hadn't heard that I'm not, so I should be. After work tomorrow, I'll get back on the on Frank's appreciation build with a wired engine. I might even wire the battery. So, all right, guys, appreciate it. Have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.